Julius Caesar, legendary leader of the Roman Empire. Julius Caesar, Rome's unforgettable legend. History is often a treasure trove of intriguing stories and remarkable figures. Julius Caesar, a name that resonates through the annals of time, was one such extraordinary individual. His life journey, marked by ambition, audacious exploits, and political intrigue, left an indelible mark on the course of Roman history. From his early days to the pinnacle of power and ultimately to his tragic end, Julius Caesar's life was a saga that continues to captivate and inspire. Early life and education. In 100 BC, Caius Julius Caesar was born into a prominent Roman family for the Roman elite. Their offspring were the future statesmen and generals destined for greatness. Education in fields such as mathematics and law was highly valued, and young Caesar was no exception. However, his early life took an unexpected turn as his family's political adversaries gained the upper hand. Their wealth was confiscated, many relatives met grim fates, and with the sudden death of his father, the responsibility of the family fell upon young Caesar's shoulders at the tender age of 16. Thus began a life steeped in action and challenges. The pirates. Tullius, a young man, Caesar joined the Roman army, setting the stage for one of the most captivating episodes of his life. During his journey to the Aegean Islands, he fell prey to a band of pirates. It was during his captivity that he demonstrated the resourcefulness and wit that would later define his legacy. When the pirates demanded a ransom of 20 talents of gold for his release, Caesar responded with audacity. Upon regaining his freedom, Caesar swiftly organized a fleet and launched a daring counterattack. He fulfilled his promise to the pirates by capturing them and having them crucified, leaving an indelible mark on the shores of what is now Turkey. Remarkably, he achieved this feat in his early 20s, foreshadowing the extraordinary path he would tread in the years to come. The gladiators' rebellion news from Rome soon reached Caesar, bearing tidings of a significant challenge to the authority of the Roman Republic, a slave revolt, led by Spartacus and his comrades, who were mostly gladiators, though historical records do not definitively confirm Caesar's direct involvement in quelling this rebellion. It is plausible that he played a role, given his reputation for valor and military prowess at a young age, in a brutal display of power. The rebellion was crushed by Roman generals Crassus and Pompey, who, in the process, ordered the crucifixion of Magnus and 6,000 rebels. The suppression of the Spartacus rebellion exposed the harsh and ruthless facet of Rome. It was during this turbulent period that Caesar occasionally practiced law and held minor positions in the Senate. Rome, at that time, was a republic with no monarch or tyrant. It was a city where freedom was revered as a sacred principle, guided by philosophers like Cicero and Cato, who were dedicated to upholding the republic's core values. The Gallic conquest. Caesar's life took a momentous turn when the Senate appointed him to govern the province of Gaul. This marked the beginning of a pivotal chapter in his life, which had profound implications for Rome's future. Gaul encompassed regions that correspond to modern-day France and Belgium. It was populated by fierce and skilled warriors, and Caesar, facing immense odds, led a Roman force of nearly 20,000 soldiers. He was well aware that his success in Gaul was imperative to securing a place in Roman history. The Gallic campaign, which spanned 8 years, showcased Caesar's military genius and strategic brilliance. He faced formidable challenges, engaging in numerous battles and conquering a multitude of tribes. He razed hundreds of cities and emerged victorious in battles that would be remembered as some of the most brilliantly executed campaigns in history. During this period, Caesar fought against a total of 3 million enemy soldiers, with 1 million perishing in battle and the same number sold into slavery, victory after victory. His name became synonymous with military brilliance, He defeated 300 tribes and burned 800 cities, yet one particular victory in Gaul stands out as one of the most strategically won battles in the annals of history. Political challenges and the Senate's concerns. Caesar's rapid ascent and military prowess in the conquest of Gaul triggered apprehension and envy within the Roman political establishment. The Senate became increasingly concerned about the extent of Caesar's power and influence. According to Roman tradition, the Senate was tasked with safeguarding the Republic from unchecked power, as such unchecked power could destabilize Rome and potentially lead to the collapse of the state. In the face of growing Senate interference and investigations, Caesar was confronted with two choices: either return to Rome with his army and resume civilian life, or defy the investigations. The Rubicon River, marking the boundary between his province and Italy, became the symbolic threshold of his decision. By crossing the Rubicon, he would irrevocably commit himself to civilian life. Caesar's famous declaration, "The die is cast," signified his momentous choice, setting the stage for the Senate's response. The crossing of the Rubicon. The Senate faced a critical decision regarding how to handle Caesar's bold move. They could either confront him with their limited forces or leave Rome and return with a more substantial army. Caesar's crossing of the Rubicon initiated a pivotal moment in Roman history, and now the Senate held the responsibility of determining their course of action. As Caesar advanced toward Rome, he found a city in turmoil, with empty streets, lawlessness, and violent clashes. Accompanying him was Servilia, his lover and the mother of Brutus, a central figure in our narrative, along with several of his relatives. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, a group of senators presented Caesar with a petition, ostensibly urging his return to the Senate. However, this petition concealed a treacherous trap. As Caesar began to read the forged document, Titus Simba, the petitioner, called for him to appear in the Senate. Realizing the peril, Caesar exclaimed, "This is murder." But before he could react, Senator Casca drew his knife and slashed Caesar's throat. "You traitor! What are you doing?" Caesar protested as he was attacked. "My brothers, help me," he implored. More than 60 individuals participated in the assassination, inflicting 23 stab wounds on Caesar's body. Default text: aftermath of Caesar's assassination. The death of Julius Caesar did not yield the expected outcome. The senators had anticipated that his demise would erase the trail of witnesses and herald the rebirth of the Republic. However, the assassination inadvertently ignited a more extensive civil conflict. Marcus Antony, Caesar's loyal general, and Octavian, a young and astute philosopher, were not inclined to relinquish power. Instead, they sought to maintain their grip on authority, setting the stage for a tumultuous period in Roman history. A new conflict loomed, characterized by power struggles and political maneuvering. As the fate of Rome hung in the balance,